afternoon, everyone. I'm GoLocal Live correspondent Chelsea Gay here in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center with our weekly segment of what's happening in Rhode Island. And this Thursday, we're going to talk about staying warm, staying fit, and staying fashionable this winter. My first guest today is Cortney Nicolato. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
President and CEO of United Way of Rhode Island. We're very excited to have you here,
Thanks.
Cortney, and congratulations on the new appointment. September 28th, I think, was your official
24th, but yes, so close.
Okay.
So I am 1 month and a few days in at this
Yeah.
point. 1 month and a week, I think is what it is. So yeah, thrilled to be here.
Great. So tell us a little bit about your background. I know you're a native Rhode Islander, left us for a little while, but you know, everybody always comes back, right?
Yes.
To the good old Rhody. So give us an overview of what's been going on with you, and just give our viewers an insight into your life.
Yeah, no, and I am so thrilled to be here and talking to everybody, and thanks for checking in today. So I grew up in Pawtucket. I went to St. Raphael Academy and URI, and was just incredibly dedicated to our state, but had a great opportunity in 2005 to move to Dallas, Texas to run all strategic partnerships for the American Heart Association. So, and you think you're coming back quicker than you do, but 13 years later, I am finally back, and I'm so excited. But I've been a mission-driven individual. My parents taught me very early on in life to give back to others, and so I think that has funneled into my career and serving the community, and now I have an opportunity to serve the amazing community that gave so much to me growing up, so I'm thrilled to be back.
Great. Well, that's a great overview. Thank you. So now tell us a little bit about the United Way of Rhode Island for those viewers who might not know what it is that you guys do. Give us an overview of sort of the initiatives and the purpose and mission behind the United Way.
Sure. So the United Way has been in our community for 92 years, solely focused on an incredible mission, which is we want to strengthen the community. We want to be Rhode Islanders helping Rhode Islanders. And so we do that in a number of different ways. We help corporations who want to be philanthropic and give back to the community. We help them by fundraising, by giving them volunteer opportunities. We do a wealth of different things to help corporations and individuals. We have groups like our Young Leadership Circle, where we bring 1,800 young men and women in our community together to do great work and serve the community. We also run the 211 program, which is if you have any questions on daycare, you have questions on housing, you have questions on financial needs or energy needs, you call 211 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And then we grant make into the community. So based on key issues like affordable housing, income, workforce development, as well as education, we look at those issues and create systematic approaches and then fund great organizations doing innovative things.
Wow. That's excellent. We're happy to have you here.
Good.
So let's talk about staying warm this winter. I mean,
Yes.
Today is sort of an anomaly.
I know, this is amazing.
Oddly nice out, but this is the time of year where, you know, heating bills start to rise because it's honestly just really freaking cold. And so, you know, and unfortunately there are people that, you know, sometimes have to choose between eating or staying warm, and that's an unfortunate reality. And so we're here to talk a little bit about the Rhode Island Good Neighbor Energy Fund.
Yeah.
So give us an idea of what that is and how long that's been going on for and kind of why it started.
Sure.
The obvious.
Well, I think, and you're right, it's November, 'tis the season, right? And 'tis the season for high energy bills. This is when folks become growingly concerned about oil and gas and kerosene and related energy costs. That is an added concern to many. And unfortunately in Rhode Island, 50% of those folks who live in this state are housing cost burdened, meaning they are paying more than 50% of their income towards their housing. And so add to the mix the incredible cost that it is to fuel our homes. It's burdensome, big time. So in 1986, there was a group of great participating energy companies, and National Grid is one of those companies that came together to say, we need to better help our community. And how can we do that? And for the last 3 years, United Way has had the absolute privilege of serving as the administrator of the Rhode Island Good Neighbor Energy Fund. And so what it is if we have certain income thresholds, and it's 300% or below the poverty line. And so that is for a family of four, about $100,000 or less that jointly you bring in. If you qualify for that, you call 211, and our line will actually go through some paperwork, but you are eligible to be to receive up to $650 per year in energy costs. And so what we do is we work with you on that payment, and then we make that payment directly to the energy providers. So that is funded through the good nature of our amazing Rhode Island community, as well as these energy partners. And so you can go on to liveunitedri.org. You can make a donation to the Good Neighbor Energy Fund, as well as we have many corporations, great groups, and otherwise who are donating to this fund as well. And last year, we helped about 1,300 Rhode Island residents from about $345,000. And so our goal this year is even more than that, because we know there's even more folks in need, and so we're kicking that off literally with you all today.
Okay, wow, well that's amazing. So today is the day the program starts, officially.
Officially November 1st. It will run through the winter, and we have folks from all over the state who are calling in need. We handled about 5,000 calls last year. Some folks qualified, some didn't. The great part of 211 is if you don't qualify, there's probably another great resource out there that the 211 specialists have great expertise on and can help.
So do you know roughly, I mean, the program's been going on since 1986, do you know roughly how many people this program has helped in the 32 years it's been going on?
Yeah, you know, I don't remember the number, but what I remember is about $14.5 million has been distributed.
Okay, wow.
And so we have supported about $14.5 million worth of energy costs in the community.
That's amazing. And would you say, just for knowledge purposes, is there sort of a heat map of the areas that are most affected by this and who most benefit from this?
And so, you know, within our community, we see folks in every point of the state who are in need of this support. We do see a heavy concentration in Providence County specifically, but we do right here, literally right here at home. But at the same time, we see folks from all over the state.
Okay. And in this 32 years, you know, obviously unemployment has fluctuated, and over the last few years has gotten a little bit better. Do you see a little bit of a dip in people that are utilizing the program, or is it kind of remained steady? Is Rhode Island improving a little bit based on, you know, the past few years?
It does ebb and flow based on economic situations, and where we stand. Unemployment rates do absolutely play a factor. I wouldn't say they dramatically dip up and down based on the data I've seen, at least. And again, 1 month in the job.
Yeah,
but that's okay.
Go back there.
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. But from that perspective, I do believe that there has been some dip. At the same token, we do continue to have significant issues that fuel the need for programs and generous programs like this. And affordable housing is at the very top of that list. You know, having folks that are strapped on cash and they're paying more for housing than they need to be or should be, is you should be spending at least in or under 30% of your income on your housing costs. Unfortunately, that's not what's happening.
Not possible in some instances.
Correct.
Yeah, wow. So I can't imagine
what it
must be like, but what you guys are doing is excellent. So
Thank you.
And so we talked about 211. Are there physical locations that people can go to speak with someone from United Way, as well as dialing the 211 number? Yeah,
there's a number of different ways that you can reach out to 211. One, of course, calling the number. And also you can go onto our website, liveunitedri.org, and you can chat. Online chat with some of our specialists as well. Additionally, we have the 211 RV. You've probably seen it driving around on 95. We make about 55 visits on average per month throughout the community. And so we are at if there is an event in this state, I will tell you we were probably there, as well as visiting various different nonprofits and banks and other communities so we have a number of different folks who are coming directly on and providing services. What we also love is we have nonprofits who are coming into and joining us on that RV to provide some additional expertise as well. So the power of what I love about United Way, and one of the many things I love about United Way, is that we are the community convener. And so we have wonderful relationships with every single nonprofit here in our community, and we use that so that we have a one-stop shop of support for our Rhode Islanders.
Creating a network.
Absolutely.
So it might be sort of an obvious question, but why do you think programs like the United Way of Rhode Island are important to the overall community and the success of the state? You know, sort of a push to why should people donate to the United Way and support it?
Yeah, I think what's really powerful about the United Way and our work is that we're really looking at the issues from a systematic perspective, meaning we're looking at the root causes of the problem, right? And I think that there's so many things that are out there that might be handling one aspect. And I'll give you an example. You have someone who is struggling financially and also has health issues. Well, they may not be taking their prescription medication because they can't afford it, not because they don't want to take it, but they believe or they don't have the bandwidth to be able to pay for that medication. And so looking at the root causes, and sometimes we call that social determinants of health. How is the social aspects determining someone's health outcome, right, is a great example of that. And so United Way is focused on looking at those root cause issues, convening the right people and bringing them together, and then ensuring that we are creating not just programs to make change, but we're working on policies to make change. And so that's the power. I love the fact that we are that community convener.
That's excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And so do you have, a memorable, I know you've only been for 1 month now,
Yep.
a few days.
Yep.
Can you tell us, a memorable experience that you've had so far working at United Way, whether it be in the community or
Mm-hmm.
at home in the office?
I think that there's been lots of great opportunities and great memories, and just reiteration to me that I'm so glad I'm here, right? I'm so glad to be back in Rhode Island. And I think one of them particularly is I think it was the second day I had joined the United Way. I had the opportunity to tour Oneyville and see the great work. Oneyville is so cool, guys, and it's so neat, and we've done such great work collectively as a community. And the United Way moved to Oneyville about 10 years ago, making the commitment as the community convener and as the community foundation for Rhode Island. And we've seen just this unbelievable change. Great nonprofits doing great things. The environment is beautiful. The rivershed is gorgeous. I mean, it is just becoming this amazing piece. And that's, I think, incredibly powerful to many. Let's take that model and bring it into other neighborhoods, in Providence, in Warwick, in other, and let's do that and use that as a model to replicate. And every community is going to be different, going to want different needs, but that's what makes it really fun.
And speaking of community, you have a couple of other events coming up that we should probably chat about as well, if you want to give us an idea of what else is on the horizon besides this fund.
Absolutely. So first off, I would be remiss if I didn't say my predecessor, Tony Maione, is retiring. As you can imagine, I'm standing here, so he's retiring, but gave about 15 amazing years of service to the United Way, and next Wednesday we are actually hosting his retirement party.
Oh, that's
so you can go onto our calendar on Live United RI if you want to celebrate Tony with us. And then on November 17th, Saturday the 17th, my husband David, my sons Jacob and Ian, and I are hosting National Family Volunteer Day at the United Way. And you can go onto our website as well to sign up. And we bring your kids. And what we'll ask is that you bring a book, bring information, and then you'll be actually creating something to go with the book. So we'll be creating literacy kits. And that will be distributed through our partners like Books on Wings and others.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And so I know that the United Way relies on donations,
Yes.
obviously, for the fund and for the other programs.
Yep.
So what's the easiest way for people to donate to the United Way if they want to?
Absolutely. So our website is probably the best place to start. And so if you go to, I think it's Rhode Island Good Energy Fund.org, as well as liveunitedri.org, and those are great places where you could go. We'll also be announcing there'll be a text to give option as well, and so we'll be announcing that in the coming days as well.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Making it easy.
Yeah.
Everybody texts now.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. We will make it easy as possible, and just know that donation just extends way beyond even what you thought. You are literally keeping someone warm this winter. You are changing someone's life, and you're allowing them to continue to go to school or go to work, the things that maybe they wouldn't be able to do otherwise, and they're going to do nothing but benefit from that. So
You're
thank you.
relieving stress in an epic way.
Oh my God. I mean, it is totally a life-changing experience to be able to know your heat is going to be on. Think about an elderly, older adult who is in their homes, and that is the only way that they can stay healthy, right? That's what that donation brings to the folks of our state.
Well, Cortney, thanks so much for joining
Thanks
us.
for having
we
me.
really appreciate having you on. And as Cortney said, if you do want to find out if you meet the criteria for the Rhode Island Good Neighbor Energy Fund, dial 211 and you can speak with someone about getting some assistance this winter. And hopefully it's more mild than some of our other winters.
Here's hoping. It's my first my first winter back.
Look,
so
maybe you'll bring some Texas weather.
that would be great.
We could stay a little bit warmer.
That would be awesome.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing all the great things that you do at the United Way, and we hope to have you back on the show.
I would love to.
Talk about the success of the program and whatever you have coming up next. So
That'd be great.
Thanks so much, Cortney.
Thanks for having me.
Guys, stay tuned. We're going to talk about how to stay fit this winter with Jamie Sweeney from Pure Barre Cranston up next.